latest empire, geoboxing empire, back to boxing. Now, wow. Latest news, no more than a week old. Man, Danny Jacobs signed with Eddie Hearn. Wow. New superstar? I think so, man. Eddie Hearn is really excited to sign Daniel Jacobs. I'll link the interview in the description, but he talks about Daniel Jacobs having a phenomenal story, and he mentioned two movies, and he said those two movies. He said Hands of Stone and some other movie. He said put them together, and you might have something similar to a Daniel Jacobs story. Somewhat similar because Daniel Jacobs' story is incredible. They call him the Miracle Man, the guy who beat cancer. And Eddie Hearn basically says that, yeah, man, Danny Jacobs, no one knows his story. He beat cancer, and he thought he beat Triple G. And Eddie Hearn said if he thought he beat Triple G, that makes him the best middleweight in the world, and the best in the world, because Triple G is ranked number one pound for pound right now. So by Ring Magazine and other people. So it's really shocking that Eddie Hearn signed Daniel Jacobs. I'm really excited this happened. I always thought the middleweight division is the money division ever since Canelo moved up to middleweight. Triple G's there. They do huge numbers. They just did 1.3 million on HBO. Now Daniel Jacobs is there. And not only that, like I said, Oscar De La Hoya owns, they heavily promote Canelo. Triple G and them, they're signed, they really get promoted by HBO. That's why HBO pushes them so much. And now Eddie Hearn, his money cash cow possibly could be Daniel Jacobs. And I'm really excited for that, man. I mentioned Golden Boy, I mentioned Eddie Hearn, I mentioned HBO. Now, I guess PBC has Jamal Charlo for their cash cow now at 160. They're definitely going to do whatever it takes to get him the big fights. And it's crazy because all these top promoters have their money cash cow now. And of all those people, Daniel Jacobs does have the best story. It's the best story. Everyone loves an underdog. Who doesn't like an underdog? I mean, movies are tailored toward that. They're tailored toward a person who goes through something really bad in the beginning, and then they redeem themselves in the end, and they do whatever it takes and overachieve in the end. Daniel Jacobs is perfect for that story. I mean, it's something that's written in a book or a movie, and it's incredible. Now, I'm really excited for Daniel Jacobs to be signed with Eddie Hearn because he's definitely going to get in the big fights. I mean, he's not going to just sign him off of Haymon without a good reason. He's definitely investing money in him. Daniel Jacobs, for Eddie Hearn, is the next superstar. And it's wild that Haymon let Daniel Jacobs go and Eddie Hearn snatched him beneath him. It's crazy that someone left PBC for Eddie Hearn. Usually it doesn't happen. I remember Luis Ortiz left Eddie Hearn because he was on a fight by fight basis with him to go full time straight to PBC boxing and not Haymon. So it's wild that now it's back and forth. These people are actually paying these fighters what they deserve now. In the beginning, they didn't want to pay these fighters what they deserve. And I guess PBC is the start of, pay raise on these top fighters, these top elite fighters. I'm really excited to see that. I'm really excited to see where Daniel Jacobs goes from here. In the UK, the only fighter I can think of that's around his division, he can fight maybe a James DeGale, big names over there in UK. Maybe the Chris Eubank. I know he's a junior middleweight, but still, that'd be a great fight. Or even a Billy Joe Saunders. He's still in the 160 division. He's signed by Frank Warren. There's a lot of big fights over there in the UK, man. Possibly bigger, at least multiple fights wise. He has more chance to make money in multiple fights than just one big fight. If he loses that, that's a wrap. There's a lot more big fights to be made in the UK, just sheer number. There's one or two fights good in America, like Triple G or Canelo. But if he fought Chris Eubank Jr., Billy Joe Saunders, and James DeGale, those are huge money fights. Those are huge money fights, especially because whoever wins that tournament, they're gonna have so many titles at 168. It's gonna make you're probably gonna be more recognized as a legit champion and the best champion because everyone at 168 is at the Super 6 tournament right now. So Daniel Jacobs happens to beat that guy with all those belts. He would be recognized as the best at 168, which is wild, because 160 is stacked. But I mean, everyone's gonna have to fight each other eventually. Everyone's gonna have to see each other eventually. You can't duck and dodge forever, Daniel Jacobs, he deserved this, man. He deserves this. I thought his story is incredible. I think they do need to talk about it more, and definitely Eddie Hearn is all about that, man. Eddie Hearn is probably the best promoter in boxing today, in my opinion, because a lot of boxers, a lot of promoters at least, they hide behind the actual advertisements and stuff like that. Eddie Hearn will go out his way. He'll put his reputation online, and he'll say whatever that needs to be said to promote you. Not only that, the fan base over there in UK, it's like no other in the world, and Eddie Hearn knows how to work that fan base. He knows that market like no other. He's from the UK. He's by far the best UK promoter. So I'm really excited for Daniel Jacobs to be signed with Eddie Hearn, man. PBC could be overrun with too many fighters. It's too much to focus on. And with people like Jamal Charlo, it's really hard to focus on so many fighters, So let me know how you guys feel about it. You guys think this was a good move? I think this is a great move, man. Daniel Jacobs has a great story. Man, he might even, you might even see his kid in a movie or something. Let me know how you guys feel. Like, comment, subscribe. This is the Empire. Geoboxing Empire. Peace.